Welcome to the road to the Final Four. I'm J Rod. As we welcome you right here, it's either go big or go home. The winners to the Elite Eight, the losers go home today. This is the Sweet 16 on SN Sports. Good evening, everyone. Another long day, of course, here from our SN studios. Our night tonight: Loyola Chicago against Nevada, Michigan against Texas A&M, Kansas State against Kentucky, and Florida State against Gonzaga. That's a big night coming up tonight. JW absent today. He will be back tomorrow night when we get the other four Sweet 16 matchups going. And of course, Saturday we'll have the Elite Eight. Sunday we'll have more Elite Eight. Winners of these games will advance Saturday, in the national quarterfinals, the regional finals. Now, which of these do I believe is the best matchup we have here? Well, I'm gonna have to go with Michigan and Texas A&M. It really looks like Michigan is playing really well right now, and they're not playing real well, but Texas A&M certainly is. Michigan, they played well enough, but the thing is, are we going to see the Michigan team we saw against Iowa and Houston and early parts of the game against Montana, or are we going to see the Michigan team that we saw against Purdue and Michigan State in the Big Ten tournament, and Nebraska, of course? Now, I really think that Gonzaga has a clear edge against Florida State. Kentucky has a clear edge over Kansas State. And then Loyola Nevada is going to be a good one as well. And I like that they put the good ones early at a 4 o'clock Pacific and 4:30 Pacific. Because I'm not Pacific. I don't watch games in Pacific time. But it's good. It's good that they did that, because on the East Coast, that's late. The other games are real late. 10 o'clock on the East Coast for approximate time for Florida State Gonzaga. And it might start even later than that. You know. You just don't know in this world. But, well, let's get you caught up on the scores of the picks right now. Oops. Not what I meant to do. Got some really, really bad posture here. Where did I put the picks? They're here. There they are. Okay, so double points for today's games, including Loyola against Nevada, Michigan against A&M, Kansas State against Kentucky, and Florida State against Gonzaga. Do we have a right case? So JW absent. He'll get his picks in later tonight. Okay, so we have Michigan against A&M as let's start with the highest differential in seeds, which is going to be Florida State against Gonzaga, which is our late night game tonight. That's a 5 seed difference. The there's 2 with 4 or 3. All the other 3 are 4 seed difference. Which tomorrow we have a 1 seed difference and a 4 seed, 4 seed, and 9 seed difference. Okay. Florida State and Gonzaga. I'm gonna go Gonzaga. They had a tough opponent in Ohio State. I don't know if Florida State really deserved to beat Xavier. It was just a matter of J.P. Macura picking up his 5th foul, and now Florida State, they're going to have a really tough time against Gonzaga tonight. Kansas State against Kentucky now. That late game on CBS. I'm going to go with Kentucky. I really thought Arizona was going to win this game, but I mean Virginia was going to win this game. But K-State, they played good against Creighton, and they played very bad against UMBC. UMBC played worse, and that's the only reason Kansas State is here. And I think Kentucky's going to have a really easy game tonight, and they're going to move on to the Elite Eight. That's where they're going to move on. Michigan and A&M. I think it's going to be Michigan that beats A&M. A&M has had a really... I don't know how A&M is going to win this game. Really. I think Mo Wagner, he hasn't played well his last 2 games. Tonight, he will play well. It's in Los Angeles, the biggest stage. You've got to play well in Los Angeles, or you're going to go home. And one of these 2 teams are going home tonight. 4 teams are going home tonight, and I hate to say this, but that's not as much as 16 that we had just on Thursday and Friday last week. And then Loyola, Chicago, and Nevada. Nevada's been playing come from behind in this tournament. 2 wins from double-digit deficits. But Loyola Chicago's been winning on those buzzer-beating shots. Or really late game shots, I should say. Both of them, the other team had another possession to win the game. But I'm going to go with Loyola in this game. It's going to be I think it's a toss-up, really a 50-50 game. Neither of these 2 teams are really thought of as teams that can move on. Guys, if you haven't filled out your second chance brackets, do that right now. You can do it on ESPN.com. Go there right now if you want to fill the second chance bracket. See if you can actually know any games that are going to happen. Because obviously the second chance bracket's a little easier. And I filled one out. I have Kansas as my national champion, beating Michigan in the national championship right now. I really don't know. So again, guys, we'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll have the Midwest Regionals right here at SN, 5:30 p.m. Coverage continues tomorrow right here at SN. We'll have Midwest and East, including a phenomenal game between Purdue and Texas Tech against Seal tomorrow. Until then, I'm J-Rod saying good night from our studios. This has been the Road to the Final Four pregame show presented by JW. See you next time.